MMA is a sport where anything can happen in an instant. Fighters enter the cage with confidence, but sometimes arrogance, disrespect, or reckless aggression leads to immediate consequences. Instant karma moments in MMA are some of the most satisfying highlights, where fighters who taunt, showboat, or underestimate their opponents end up getting humbled in the most brutal and unexpected ways. One of the most common examples of instant karma in MMA is when a fighter drops their hands, dances, or taunts their opponent, only to be knocked out moments later. In the heat of battle, emotions run high, and fighters sometimes let their egos take over. The problem is, in a sport as dangerous as MMA, even a split-second mistake can cost everything. We've seen countless fighters mock their opponents, thinking they have the upper hand, only to eat a perfectly timed counterpunch that shuts the lights off. Another classic case of instant karma is when fighters attempt flashy, unnecessary moves that backfire in the worst way. Spinning kicks, wild flying knees, or exaggerated showboating can sometimes leave a fighter completely open to devastating counterattacks. A single missed move can lead to them getting taken down, caught in a submission, or knocked out cold before they even realize what happened. The speed and unpredictability of MMA make these moments even more brutal to watch. Trash talking before a fight is common, and some fighters use it to get into their opponent's head. But when the fight starts, reality sets in quickly. Many fighters who excessively trash talk and underestimate their opponents end up getting dominated. Fans love when a fighter who talks big ends up being outclassed, submitted, or knocked out early. It's a reminder that respect and discipline are just as important as skill in MMA. There have been moments where a fighter celebrates too early, thinking they have the fight won, only to be caught by a last-second submission or knockout. These moments are among the most painful lessons in the sport. Until the referee officially stops the fight, anything can happen. Some fighters learn this the hard way when they let their guard down and their opponent capitalizes in the final seconds. Instant karma can also come in the form of fighters attempting illegal moves or showing dirty tactics. Whether it's eye pokes, low blows, or unsportsmanlike behavior, some fighters try to bend the rules to gain an advantage. However, MMA has a way of balancing things out. Fighters who fight dirty often find themselves on the receiving end of brutal payback, whether it's a knockout, a submission, or a referee stepping in to take points away. There are also moments when a fighter gets too aggressive, thinking they have the fight won, only to run into a perfectly placed counterattack. Overconfidence in MMA can be dangerous, and history has shown that reckless aggression often leads to disaster. Some of the most shocking knockouts have come from a fighter charging forward carelessly, only to be met with a well-timed strike that ends the fight instantly. Perhaps the most satisfying form of instant karma is when an underdog fighter, written off by everyone, completely shuts down a cocky opponent. MMA is filled with stories of fighters who were supposed to be easy wins, only to flip the script and pull off incredible upsets. These moments remind fans that anything is possible inside the cage, and no fighter should ever be underestimated. The unpredictability of MMA is what makes it so exciting. Every fight is a test of skill, discipline, and mental toughness. When a fighter lets their ego take over, the sport has a way of delivering instant consequences. Whether it's a brutal knockout, a slick submission, or a shocking comeback, MMA never fails to provide unforgettable moments of instant karma. These highlights are what keep fans coming back. The sport is as much about respect as it is about competition, and those who fail to respect their opponents often pay the price. The beauty of MMA is that no matter how skilled or confident a fighter is, all it takes is one perfect strike, one mistake, or one moment of overconfidence for everything to change. As the sport continues to evolve, more of these moments will keep happening. The best fighters understand that no matter how dominant they may seem, the fight is never over until the final bell rings. And for those who forget that lesson,